I had a pretty tough year. I found out my wife was cheating on me, and so my whole marriage dissolved and got fired from my job because of it. We worked at the same workplace and it was pretty nasty. So after I had to move back with my parents in their basement, reached out to some friends. At first it was tough. I'm pretty open to sharing stuff, but it was kind of a little embarrassing, or I felt some shame about what, um, how could this, have happened, or they were at my wedding, things like that. So, but I reached out to some friends, and strangely enough, I guess maybe not, but I have three close friends that all have gone through a similar thing where their spouse cheated on them as well, and they got divorced. Um, so I was able to talk with them about their process a little bit. And of course, everything's a little bit different, but talk about how they felt and how they were able to come through it, and legal things as well about it. Yeah, I felt kind of hopeless sometimes, and I felt like I didn't, um, wondering if there was something I did or something. Why were these things happening all at this time? Kind of felt cursed a little bit. I thought, well, I need to do something about this. And I'd heard about the Calgary Counselling Center before and thought, well, at least I can go talk to somebody and see what kind of things can happen. Maybe just talking with somebody about it who's professional, because I talked with lots of family and friends and people about it. And they helped me out, but I wasn't feeling that. I was feeling kind of that I was stuck. It was a welcoming environment where I also liked the idea that there was people coming in here and training. They hadn't, not all of them had been counselors for 30 years or something like that. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I, as a teacher and as a person who's changed what I do a few times in my life, I appreciate that. Yeah, it's people who are, like, I think, right on the cutting edge of what's happening, academically within psychology or within counseling, within different therapy techniques. And so I felt that they'd be open to trying different things with me, and us together we could work towards what things would work and what things are helping me get better. So I met with him, I guess, in January and February, and then March, and then in March, end of March, is when I started the group therapy. Some of the stuff that we did that I really enjoyed was the exercises were good. I read through all the books, did all the homework, but when we were there and then we were talking about values, and we started listing different values that people had when they went through, or we were talking about boundaries. And I could see in myself, but also in the other people in the group, like people having these moments where they're realizing that they didn't know what this really was. They'd heard about boundaries as far as, some idea, but not really knowing that part of having boundaries is being assertive. And that was something that was really challenging for some people in the group. I guess I hadn't had a lot of experience in romantic relationships. And so when I tried to think about what was happening in my marriage and how did I let certain things happen, or how did things go the way that they did, and I tried to take some responsibility to understand how I didn't see certain red flags or things in the beginning part of the relationship, it came down to boundaries. I thought that I do think I have pretty good boundaries in strangers on the street, with students, with friends, but in that romantic relationships, I was completely a different thing. I didn't have the best boundaries in that. Well, I'd say definitely at least go talk to somebody. I think it's good for me, myself personally, talk to a professional or somebody who's trained. I know some people talk to their ministers or talk to older family members, talk to people in the community. And I think all those things together can help to start to heal yourself and start to feel better, start to be hopeful. But there's something different about talking to a stranger, a person who's trained, or a group of strangers that in some ways lets you talk about things maybe more frankly or more honestly without all the baggage. I feel confident. I feel good about myself. I feel good about hope. I feel hopeful, and I feel that there's lots of positive things to look forward to in the future, and that I do have the information of some of the people in the group. We shared some of her names and phone numbers. I haven't called any of them, but I do know that if I ever want to talk to someone, I could probably call one of them up, or even just knowing that those people are out there and that we spent 12 weeks together helped me feel that I was supported.